Stop it.
No!
You're a naughty girl.
No!
Yes.
2 years ago, Supernanny did time with the Douglas family. Their house was a war zone. Incessant tantrums from 4.5-year-old twins George and Nicole meant there was no fun in the family.
You stay there.
Parents Sandra and Doug regularly lost it during the daily onslaught.
You've got 2 minutes.
And Mum's relationship with her daughter was at breaking point.
Belt on.
First I had to deal with the tantrums.
It's George.
Tantrum. Cool down.
And then come Mum and Dad down.
George, you do not hit Daddy.
Don't lose it, Doug. Doug, don't lose it. And totally convinced Mum that her daughter did love her.
You're not going anywhere.
Come here. You're not going anywhere. It was going to take a bit of time and a lot of effort.
Come on, let's see who can get some swings first. Let's go, let's go.
2 years on, Supernanny's going back to see if the family have stuck with her training.
Oh, I see the house rules are still up.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Look at this.
They've never been down.
Doug and Sandra Douglas live in Staines with their twins George and Nicole, who are now 6.5.
I'm really excited about meeting the Douglas family again. I hope they've continued to implement the techniques and that their relationships have blossomed and grown since I was last there. Because when I first met them, they were a family that were incredibly angry, feeling sad about their relationships, and there were no boundaries at all.
But before Supernanny returns, it's time to turn the clock back to see what life was like for the Douglases.
What?
After trying for many years, Doug and Sandra resigned themselves to a life without children.
And then you get this really big shock that you're having twins. And your whole life is turned upside down.
Doug was 48 and Sandra was 50. They both worked long hours on opposite shifts at Heathrow Airport. Juggling their jobs and the kids between them was exhausting.
Right, see you later. Bye.
And life was a real struggle.
Don't drag her like that. George!
Nicole and George regularly threw violent tantrums, which led to kicking, biting,
Don't you dare!
swearing, and screaming for up to 4 hours without stopping.
George will kick me every single day. Some time or other. He can be a nightmare.
Come.
There's no way I would hit him back if I could help it. I have done a couple of times, but it's got to really be me at the end of my tether when I do that.
Any favours, what did you say? What did you say?
Nicole is my princess, but she has a very difficult, what I find a very difficult personality. She's pulled my hair. She's kicked me. I'll lift you if you're tired, Nicole.
But the twins aren't like this with other people.
With babysitters in school, the kids, they're fine. The school say, oh, our little angels. Well, they want to come and live with them.
When Doug and Sandra dare to take the kids out in public, things are just as bad.
If you want to clear a supermarket, take George and Nicole in.
People have actually looked at me, with horror. Then I get the other side of the coin where people look at me and they think, why doesn't that woman do something?
No. Sometimes they get that bad that I just wish the ground would open up and swallow me.
Don't kick me again. You tell him to stop. Right, let's go.
After a struggle, Doug can just about calm the kids down. Sandra, though, finds it harder, and her relationship with Nicole is particularly strained.
Don't be upset. When I speak to Nicole, don't look at me like that. Most of the time, she won't look at me. Or I'll look at her and she'll look away. Or she won't answer me. I don't want to fight with you, please. But sometimes she looks at me with almost like hatred, like she hates me. Sometimes I feel like just running away and just call up to see how she's doing.
Help is at hand in the form of Supernanny. With 17 years of childcare experience, Jo Frost can sort out the most unruly children. She goes to meet Sandra as she picks the kids up from school. This is a daily flashpoint where George and Nicole turn from model pupils to tantruming twins.
Hi, Sandra.
Hi.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Jo. How are you?
Finally.
Supernanny wants to start her observation right here. For now, she won't intervene when things kick off.
Please, please, please. Listen, the policeman sees Mummy. I'll get into trouble.
Is that a constant battle to get their car seats on?
This is the 5th set of car seats that I bought. It's nothing to do with the car seats. I've often been out here 2 hours after school's finished in the rain. No, Nicole!
As Sandra tries to get Nicole's belt on, she's confronted by the start of a major tantrum.
You're upsetting George.
George wants to go and he's done very well. He's put his seatbelt on, but Nicole's refusing and she's blaming Mum for George being upset. And she's digging her heels in.
OK, Nicole, come on, princess.
Despite Sandra's appeals, Nicole rages out of control.
Oh dear.
Put your belt on. Stop it. She won't put her seatbelt on.
Not for the first time, Sandra is forced to call Doug to help her out.
How you doing? All right?
Well, I wish I could have met you on better circumstances.
all right.
Pleased to meet you.
Right, what's going on here? Come on, you. Come on.
Doug manages to get Nicole from Sandra's car into his,
Stay there.
leaving George with an exhausted mum. The whole seatbelt episode has lasted 40 minutes.
Is that an often occurrence?
When Mum picks her up, yeah.
Yeah. And does it get resolved by you then coming and sorting that situation
If I
out?
can. Luckily enough, I'd just finished work,
Yeah.
so Sandy could call me. But if I'd just been starting work,
Yeah.
she'd have to put up with it herself.
Yeah.
Come on, Nicole, let's get changed and have a nice drink. Come on.
So what happens now this time of the day? The kids have come home from school.
Normally, we
Yeah,
come in,
yeah.
shoes off, coats off, uniform off, and we
Yeah.
get changed.
But today, Nicole refuses to change.
Please.
Her behaviour gets worse and she begins to kick.
Happens a lot, Sandra?
Sorry.
Does this behaviour happen a lot?
All the time.
Instead of addressing the temper tantrum, what her parents do is try to diffuse it. And they pander, and Mum's very scared, and she allows the behaviour to increase.
Just leave her. Come here. Right. Lie down.
Nicole's persistent bad behaviour is really taking its toll on Sandra.
As a mother, what are you actually wanting from Nicole?
Some response,
Yeah.
some feeling, some communication. Sometimes I feel that she doesn't want me here and that I should go. And we've actually discussed this, me going.
You're not going anywhere. Come here. You're not going anywhere.
It's 4:30 p.m. The kids are out of their school uniforms and Nicole has calmed down. Doug and Sandra have decided to go shopping.
This is madness. The kids have spent all day at school and now they're going shopping. It's the last thing they want to do.
Things start to go wrong as soon as the Douglases hit the supermarket.
What's she arguing about?
Because she didn't get to put the milk in the trolley.
What are you doing that for?
Look, you're in the way.
At the moment, Nicole's upset, and so she's decided to sit down and take refuge on the floor, which is humiliating and embarrassing Mum and Dad at the moment.
Nicole, stop it. Fish fingers, chips,
Butter.
butter. Stop it.
Nicole, all your face is dirty.
Is it like this every time you go shopping?
Yep. Every time.
Yeah.
Makes you want to start drinking again.
Finally, Doug and Sandra decide to cut and run. making do with just a few bare essentials.
Everybody's looking at you and laughing at you. We were late getting here today because Nicole was upset.
Once Nicole's calmed down, it's George's turn.
Is this normal behaviour? George kicking
yeah, he always kicks.
Daddy and...
Yeah, or me. George doesn't like the word no. Come on. Give me my hand. Nicole, would you like to sit in the trolley? No. No.
Today was a normal day. I'm not saying it was a bad day. On a scale of maybe 1 to 10, I'd say today was probably 5.5.
I'm switching that video off. You're going to get down and we're going to the bathroom. Yes. Yes. Yes.
To be honest, I don't even know where to start. She feels like her child doesn't love her. And the more she tries, the more desperate she becomes. I am going to change it for her. You know, there's no doubt about that. Things are going to change. But it's incredibly heartbreaking to watch. I'm finding it very hard to talk. I feel very, very emotional.
Tomorrow, Supernanny will make Doug and Sandra face some difficult truths.
Why are the pair of you putting up with being smacked in the face, pinched, punched, kicked?
Daddy put you on this beanbag.
But will her strict methods succeed in taming the tantrums and bring Mum and Nicole closer together? Supernanny has been observing the non-stop battle. Now it's time to tell them where they're going wrong.
I've noticed that there is an abundance of love from the pair of you. That is, I mean, it just hits you straight in the face as soon as you walk in. But there is a problem here. The children have tantrums that are just unbelievable. When they kick off and they start screaming and they start shouting, it's you guys that are there clapping your hands, giving them the attention for the floor display that they decide to show the pair of you. And I sit there and I think, why are they putting up with being smacked in the face, pinched, punched, kicked as parents? The children's tantrums take hours because they are allowed. And you restrain the children, which makes them just want to get away from you. And that needs to be addressed.
I used to think that if I restrained them, it would calm them down a bit and alleviate the situation, alleviate the problem.
None of that's working anymore.
Because
we've got to
stronger.
find new. Yeah. We've got to find a new route because it's not working.
Yeah.
Sandra, you become very scared. I mean, it's the right word to use. You become very fearful of the children. They know you don't know what to do and that you're panicked by it. And Nicole, the desperation of you trying to get her to say one word to you because you feel like she doesn't love you. Both your kids love you. I want you guys to recognise that right now, today, you have to let go of the fear of a tantrum. No diverting, not swept under the carpet, but address it. And I don't doubt for 1 minute that you guys can't achieve that. Not 1 minute.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
She says what she feels, and I respect her for that. It does get to you, somebody telling you the truth, but in life you've got to take the knocks, and I believe everything she said.
We've got to make those changes, whether I like it or not, whether it's hurtful, whether it's going to be hard, tiring. That's all part of the package. We've got to do it.
It's called House Rules.
Today is Supernanny's first day of teaching. She gets the ball rolling with a new set of house rules.
And this bottom word says no swearing. We don't want any rude words said.
Nicole and George's out-of-control tantrums are next on Supernanny's hit list. She explains a discipline method called the cool-down technique.
Step 1 for that technique is to tell your child to stop shouting.
Secondly, if they continue to whine or to shout and you see that a temper is building up, then I want you to give them a warning. If they continue, take them straight down to the cool down area where they must stay for 4 minutes. And this area...
From now, the porch is where hotheads cool down.
I don't want to do that now! And when you behave like that, and you have what Mummy and Daddy call and Jojo call a tantrum, then this is where Mummy and Daddy are going to bring you to so that you can cool down. When you behave...
To work hand in hand with the cool down technique is a reward chart, which goes down for bad behaviour and up for good.
One cloud, up another cloud, up into the sky until we reach the sun.
If Nicole or George make it to the sun, they get a treat.
You think it's a good idea, George and Nicole? Yeah, good.
With a discipline system now in place, Supernanny turns her attention to improving home life for everyone. By introducing some regular shared play, the children will soon learn that they can get Mum and Dad's attention through good behaviour instead of bad.
Oh, and it's a race against time, and Mummy and Nicole are in. Oh no, I can see Daddy.
But it's too good to last, and George behaves aggressively.
I know. No.
Share. Come on, you have to share.
Right, George.
Okay, so Dad, what I want you to do is to come over to George and say, in a low tone voice, no hitting your sister.
So no hitting your sister. That's not right. Remember the rules?
Under Supernanny's new rules, any physical aggression means it's straight to the cool-down area.
I'm not taking that as an excuse. And don't hit Daddy. Remember, don't hit Daddy. You're sitting there just now. George, you do not hit Daddy.
Don't lose it, Doug. Doug, don't lose it. Come away. Sit. Come down. Come down. Okay, just say to him, you'll stay there until I come and get you.
You stay there till I come and get you.
Okay. Up you get. Up
Okay?
You get. Walk away. Walk away, because this is the bit that keeps you calm. Okay, let's stop here for a minute. He's got to learn that whoever he hits, he's got to say sorry. So after 4 minutes, what I want you to do is to go back and say to him, Daddy put you on this beanbag because you hit your sister. Okay? Walk away and then we'll come back.
After the 4 minutes are up, Dad goes back to try for an apology.
Right, I need you to say sorry, George. Are you going to say sorry? George? Because if not, you're going to stay there all night. So it's up to you. Are you going to say sorry?
Right, up we go.
No, fine.
Up we go.
He's got more bottle than I thought.
George must stay in the cool-down area until he says sorry. This is the first time George has been disciplined like this, and he's not going to give in easily.
Then fine. Communicate with George properly. Get him up so that he looks at you and so that you're looking eye to eye. Okay? Say to him, I want an apology.
Right, I want an apology, George. Sorry? What was that? What did you say? You're sorry. Okay, now I want you to go and apologise to Nicole. There's your sister.
Kiss and cuddle, he said he was sorry. Kiss and cuddle, good boy, he said he was sorry.
George's tantrum is over, but he needs to be punished for his aggression. His plane moves down a level on the reward chart.
You know what you've got to do to get it back up? So we won't have any more bad behaviour, will we?
Excellent, Doug.
Next, Supernanny wants to deal with the children's bad behaviour outside the home. The supermarket run has seen some of the twins' worst tantruming. Supernanny thinks the best way to put a stop to the problem is by using an involvement technique designed to get the kids excited about shopping.
They can have a board each, and then with your list, I want you to tell them that you would like them to help you. Okay, get the food as you're going down the aisles, and each child is going to have these pictures
and they've got to help find it and put it into the basket.
Right, who's got the apples and who's got the grapes? No, Nicole, you've got grapes, haven't you? You get
Yes,
the
we do.
lettuce.
You come on
Good
then.
boy. You need carrots, right? Let's go and get the carrots then. Thank you, George. You're helping me with my list as well. You're a good boy. Doing very well. Oh, lovely. Good boy. Put it in your basket. Right,
Yeah,
you
Nicole's
get milk
got
for me. Good boy. In the basket.
Whoa, where's the
Can you
muscles?
manage?
Be aware, Sandra, that George tends to want to do a lot for Nicole. You've got to let Nicole do it because otherwise she's going to feel, what's the point? George keeps butting in all the time and wanting to do it for me.
Right.
Got to allow her the chance
I
to
will.
do things for herself as well.
Okay.
Otherwise she'll lose the incentive.
George, this is Nicole's board. No, that's chocolate. Wasn't on my list.
Mum has scored a major victory. By making the shopping trip fun, she gets the job done without any embarrassing tantrums.
I think you'll have something to tell Doug when you get back, don't
No,
you?
no screaming.
You surprised?
Yeah. This is a brilliant idea. God, if I'd have done this 2 years ago, my life would have been a lot easier. Do you want to put your list back in the basket and let's go and pay? 1, 2, 3.
The children have behaved well, so they go up a level on the reward chart. On the final day of her teaching, Supernanny's focusing on Sandra, who's having real problems connecting with daughter Nicole in particular.
Come on, take my hand. It would be nice,
Yeah.
if once she would just say, you know, I love you, Mummy, but it's never happened.
Right, watch yourself.
Supernanny helps to strengthen the mother-daughter bond through one-to-one play. She wants Doug to take care of George so Sandra can have fun with Nicole.
Go, Nicole. No, Daddy's playing football. He's not going on the swings. Come on, let's see who can get some swings first. Let's go, let's go. Go
Despite
on the
Sandra's
swing.
best efforts, Nicole still wants Dad.
Come on, let's go.
Tell her that you're going to play on the swing.
Nicole, we can see Daddy after. We're going to play on the swings. Come on, the girls go on the swings. We'll have a race. Me and you, we'll have a big race. See who can go the fastest.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
Nicole wants to stay with Daddy. But the girls are going to go on the swings and have fun.
Okay, Daddy, back that up with Mummy, telling that you're going
We're
to
going to
have
have a race. See
Who's
who's
gonna-
swing the
who's gonna have
fastest.
with
fun with
George,
Mummy.
and then you're
I'm
going
gonna
to
have
play
fun.
all together.
And then we're going to play all together.
We'll all play at the end. Push me on the
Go
roundabout.
on.
You can make it spin and I'll get all dizzy.
Right, I'll get over to the gate
Like the
before you.
last
You
time.
ready?
Do you remember?
1, 2, 3, go!
I'm going to go there first.
I'm going to get you!
By acting as a team, Mum and Dad managed to get her back to the swings.
2, 3.
That's
Ready?
it,
Don't
place your
forget.
foot. Fantastic.
It's important that Mum spends time with Nicole because Mum has spent a lot of time being pushed out. And the more she spends with her, the more it will balance the dynamics between Mum and Dad and Nicole, because Dad has been very much a strong presence.
Missed it!
When Doug is here or Doug is in the background lingering, there's always that Daddy will come on board and Daddy will take over. But that's changing, definitely.
The playtime in the park pays off later at tea, with Nicole seeming much more at ease with her mum.
No more secrets.
It's a girl's secret.
I love you, Dad. I love you, Mum.
I love you, Nicole.
That just pulled my heartstrings. It was really touching. That's never ever happened before.
I love you, George.
Supernanny's teaching time has come to an end.
I'm off to leave you guys to implement all the techniques that we've learnt, okay, to soak up all that information and advice and to use it, all right?
See you later.
Okay, yeah.
Thanks for all
Take
your
care.
help.
You're more than welcome.
Bye, Joe.
Bye-bye. Sandra,
plenty
keep
of money.
strong, okay?
Okay,
Keep strong.
I will.
We'll be looking out now.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that both parents will find it hard when the children start to have a temper tantrum. It may be hard for them to remember everything for the first couple of days as well. But I just hope they support one another and just back each other up so that Nicole and George can be put through their paces.
This isn't nap time, George. George.
For the next week, the Douglases will go it alone.
No, you stay there.
But when they're left for a week without Supernanny, will Doug and Sandra keep their cool? Supernanny has spent the last week teaching parents Sandra and Doug how to gain control of their tantruming 4-year-old twins.
Do not hit Daddy.
Don't listen, Doug. Don't listen.
Having left them armed with her techniques, it's now up to Mum and Dad to put Supernanny's methods into practice. She keeps a watchful eye on them from a distance. The day after her departure, Mum and Dad take the kids to an activity centre for some important shared playtime. Sandra gives it all she's got.
Running about like an idiot, just like them. I think she's found her second due.
The trip passes without a single tantrum. Later, with Sandra out at work, Doug's left to do the dreaded supermarket run on his own. Supernanny has taught the Douglases a simple involvement technique which gets the kids excited about shopping. But can Doug cope without her support? By turning the trip into a fun game for the twins, the usual tantrums are completely avoided.
Was that fun then?
Yeah.
No.
Back in the house, it's changeover time again, as a tired Sandra arrives home from work and Doug gets ready to leave for his shift.
Hi, Nicole. God, am I invisible?
The old problem's back. Sandra's feeling rejected by her children.
I feel like I could turn around, walk out, get in the car and drive off and nobody would notice. This isn't nap time,
And while
George.
Doug's at work,
George,
things go from bad to worse.
time for naps. It's 6 o'clock.
Under Supernanny's rules, as soon as the child hits out, they must be taken straight to the cool-down
You're
area.
going to be up all night. Now stop kicking me, George. Daddy's not here, so you're stuck with me.
But Sandra hesitates.
Right, that's it. Cool down area. Yes.
She drags him off only when she's had enough of the kicking.
Right. You do not bite me. You do not kick me. You do not swear at me. And you do not punch me.
You fuckers!
You sit there and don't move.
You fuck!
Sit there. Sit there.
Once in the cool-down area, George should be left alone for 4 minutes. But Sandra doesn't walk away and the tantrum escalates.
Stay there.
You fuck! Come out!
Mine's out the
Even
way.
Nicole knows the rule and tries to get Mum away to let George cool down.
George.
No! Fuck it out!
No, you stay there.
You fuck it out!
You stay there.
You fuck it out!
Another 4 minutes. You're going to stay there. Don't you dare come out. You stay there.
And there are similar problems after school the next day. George is refusing to get changed out of his uniform.
No!
Right, get in on that. Right, now.
He hits Dad, and it's straight onto the beanbag.
Ah, you fuck off!
Doug loses it.
Deal with him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Well, I could see that Doug was ready to blow. And that he'd reached that point where if I probably didn't step in, the situation was actually going to get a lot worse.
Stay there. And don't move.
No, you don't.
Get back over there now.
Go on.
Be careful, Nicole. No more.
Back in
With the cool-down area looking more like a battleground, Doug gives up and bundles George into his room.
And we'll have to lock the door. It's the only way it's going to calm down. You're staying here, George, until you calm down.
Locking George into his room is definitely not part of the cool-down procedure. Supernanny's due back tomorrow, and not a moment too soon. The following morning, Doug and Sandra are shown where they've been going wrong.
Do yourself a favour and get back on there. No, you stay there.
We've got you standing there in the area, looking like a prison guard. You were meant to come down to his level and say to him, right, you stay there. For you to be standing over him when you're angry is intimidating. You're a big bloke. Do you know what I mean? You're tall, you know? And you don't want to put the fear of God in him, but you want to be able to be respected and hold authority as his parent.
But the thing is, he's in and out and in and out and in and out. An hour. I've not got time to mess about like that.
But you have to, Doug.
I ain't going to work then. You see, before that, I'd put him in about 7 or 8 times.
Fine. Because I can promise you, you may put him 7, 8 times today and you may put him in 15 times tomorrow. But the key is consistency. Because once he realises that that is where he goes, every time he gets out, he won't bother doing it.
No, you stay there. You stay there.
See, he's there. He is there. I really need you to see that when your child has got to the stage where he is swearing and blinding at you and kicking you that way, he's lost control. And there is nothing that you can do to change that until he calms down.
No, you stay there.
You started bantering with him. You will, you won't, you will, you won't. What you do is you come down to their age. Because you're bantering, yes, no, it's negotiation. And it becomes a battle of wills.
Another 4 minutes. You're going to stay there.
By upping his time is moving the goalpost and undermining the cool-down area.
Just stick to the 4 minutes every time. Don't increase the time.
Most definitely.
Stay there.
The thing that screams out to me when I watch this footage is that when a situation blows out of hand and you have to place the children in the cool-down area, you guys are losing it.
George, you're not doing yourself any favours.
Back on the beat.
Doug, in particular, finds it really hard to control his anger.
Deal with him. I'm going to freaking kill him.
It's your responsibility as a parent to implement that discipline, but to stay calm, to stay in control and walk away. We don't want locks on the doors. That area does work. Let's not take away the hard work that the pair of you have done and the great results that we have seen. But I'm going to sit you guys down and write the steps of the cool down technique so you can look at it every morning and every night until it's ingrained up here. Okay? So each step is like clockwork under your belt. Everyday voice. Throw me an everyday voice.
Supernanny runs through the cool-down technique again with Doug and Sandra, adding an extra one in just for them.
5, 5, 5. Walk away. All right, let it go.
Supernanny then teaches Sandra and Doug how to cool their own tempers when the kids lose theirs by using simple breathing control.
I want you to breathe in for 5 and out for 5 and exhale all that hot air. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale. If your children come up to you, take them back to the cool down area and come away and repeat that procedure.
Okay, come on then.
Having reinforced the discipline steps, Supernanny wants to inject some fun into the Douglas household before she leaves.
Do you know that?
And a fancy dress party really lifts the mood.
Oh, and Jojo says, got it! Do that!
I hope now that he's started this and he's realised how much the kids are enjoying it, he'll continue to do so. At the end of the day, it's about having fun with your kids, and that's what's important, you know. Right, I'm off home.
It's time for Supernanny to leave. Although a lot of progress has been made, there's still some way to go.
Make sure you behave really good and you can reach the sun, okay? They've done remarkably well. They really have come a long way, and I think today was a real turning point for Mum and Dad. Bye. Bye. I just hope that they keep calm because the results for it are a lot better.
2 years have passed. It's been up to the Douglas family to persevere with Supernanny's techniques, and she's been keeping an eye on their progress. It now takes a matter of seconds to get the kids safely strapped into the car
Seatbelts on.
as opposed to the 40-minute battles they were having when Joe first met them. Tantrums over taking off school uniforms are now a thing of the past. And in the evening when Sandra gets home, she no longer feels invisible.
You should be in bed this time of night.
There's been a massive improvement all round, and Doug and Sandra have even adapted some of Supernanny's techniques.
Let me see. Oh, because we've got the pairs. Good boy. So you can...
Written lists have replaced the old shopping boards, and the kids are better behaved than ever.
One more thing, Mummy.
You're fine. That's good.
But it's not all plain sailing. Football fouls have Doug seeing red.
So why did you do it? You deliberately went for a free.
I didn't!
You did? You've got to pack it in. That's twice you've done it. That's twice.
Antagonising the boy. Just leave him there and walk away, Doug.
And when it comes to bedtime, Supernanny can see a few bad habits emerging.
All right, night-night.
DVD before bed.
Now she's back to see for herself how the family are doing.
Oh, no. What do you want?
Let me in!
No. I thought we got rid of you 2 years ago.
How you been?
Not bad, darling. How's you?
Yeah, really well. Really, give me a hug.
Oh, God. Still using that awful perfume, isn't you?
He's full of flattery, isn't he? How you doing? How are you? Yeah, very well. Very much so. You too. Where's the kids?
Go on, then.
Come and see us.
Come on.
Hiya.
Come on, in you go.
How you doing? Can I give you a cuddle? How you doing?
George.
Good to see you. How you been, huh? How you been?
Fine.
Good to see you.
When Supernanny first arrived on the scene, the Douglas' house was filled with rage.
You've got 2 minutes.
Now, it's a very different story.
Him stopping before the end.
Really, your attitudes are just so calm and just really
relaxed.
chilled. Yeah, like the pair of you. You know what you were like with your old temper? Your stickler. I bet it's still there, isn't it?
Oh, it's still there.
But yeah, no, I don't doubt that. But, you know, just more, you know, just really like calmer, you know?
George and Nicole are now 6 and have moved into separate bedrooms, and their beanbags have gone with them.
Oh, I seen the beanbag area's been taken up. It's like steptoe and son in there.
We do still use the beanbags if we have to. Oh, we still use them. She's got hers in her room at the moment, and George has got his in his room. But we do use them if and when we have to.
The beanbags may have moved, but the house rules are still firmly in place.
Look at this.
They've never been down. Never been down.
Good, it's quite
But do the kids know them?
Go on, test you both.
I know one.
Okay, go on then.
No punching or kicking. No swearing.
No swearing, no punching or kicking. Think of another one.
Listen to Mum and Daddy.
So the kids seem to be playing by the rules. But how much have family relationships improved?
You know, I met you at a time when you were very sad, when you felt that you weren't emotionally connected with Nicole.
She's like a different girl, isn't she, really? I mean, I'll come in and she'll jump up and... Hi, Mum, how are you? And then she'll go, I love you.
So your relationship's just really blossomed.
Oh, there's no comparison.
And in the end of the day, it was your guidance that put us through it to put everything in place the way it should have been, which we still use to this day, and it works. I mean, they're living proof it works.
Doug and Sandra might be happy with the way things are now, but Supernanny feels there's always room for improvement, starting with the kids going to sleep in front of a DVD.
10 minutes. OK. We tried doing the bedtime story, but it was becoming a battle.
I want a story first. OK? You can have a story first tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Right, fine. No, it was my turn tonight, and then you go through all that, and you've got to try and remember whose time it was.
So I said, well, we'll alleviate this problem. We won't have a bedtime story.
I'd have to stand as a strong advocate of saying, if you can get your kids reading before they go to bed, it'd be much better than them doing television before bed.
And there's something else that caught Supernanny's eye when she was observing footage of the family.
When George was playing football and he tripped up Nicole, that was certainly foul play. When you said to him, you'll go on the beanbag.
Yeah.
Okay. You first told him that he'd sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go over that seat and you sit there for 10 minutes.
I didn't.
Go on.
I didn't.
Go on. Sit on that seat for 10 minutes.
And you followed through, you said the bench. But because he didn't move straight away, you then went and used the beanbag.
You've got 3 seconds, or when we get in the house, you're going to the beanbag. 1.
Always keep them separate. If he's having a beanbag, he's having a beanbag. And if he's having the bench, he's having the bench. Never do double jeopardy. Never do double.
Yeah. We're going on the beanbag when we get home for 6 minutes. Yeah? You are?
No.
Yeah?
When he is on that bench, you can just walk away. Because he'll always try and go, I wasn't. And then you're like, you wasn't. It's pantomime. You wasn't. You know. And you don't need to justify it to anyone. Your word's final, Doug.
Aside from the odd professional foul, George and Nicole rarely fight. Supernanny is so impressed by their progress that she wants the whole family to do something they'd never have contemplated 2 years ago.
OK, but this is what we're going to do. We're going to make up like a picnic for the family, but you guys are going to make what you think Mum and Dad want to eat for that.
I am not making it. They're too lazy to make their own food.
This is the first time the kids have been let loose in the kitchen.
Grapes.
You want grapes?
We don't really know what's happening. We just know that we're going out and they're going to be doing the food, so goodness knows what we could end up with.
OK, come on, George, stop messing around there. Come on, George, stop messing around.
What about some of this, Joe?
These children, you know, are working together as a team. You know, they're making good decisions. You know, they're helping one another. So well-mannered. Please, thank you, you're welcome.
What do you want, George?
Well done.
Lunch is ready, and it's time to head off. But first, Sandra and Doug have to get George and Nicole into the car, a simple task that 2 years ago was their worst nightmare.
Come on, princess. Put your belt on! Stop it! She won't put her seatbelt on. Miss Doug.
Now, it's a very different story.
This is great for me. We're going down to the river. We're going to have some fun down there. The kids have made a picnic for the whole family, and I'm about to jump into a car with no noise.
With seatbelts on.
Bye.
So what have we got? What's on the menu, George?
Right,
Sandwiches.
Is that a sandwich for me as well? Thank you very much.
Made by George's own hand.
And Nicole, I want to ask a question. You know those yogurts that you put in the bag? Did anyone think to bring spoons?
Oh. Oh,
Just being able to see this family after a couple of years and see how much they've grown and, you know, how much they've continued to be consistent, it really shows me that it's about what you put into a family. It's about what you recognise that you want to change. And 2 years on, this is what we have here, this family.
What is that?
Cucumber.
Did you cut that?
People have left.
After a stress-free picnic, it's back home again. Supernanny's so impressed with the kids' behaviour that the old set of house rules can come down. So it's out with the old and in with the new. But there are only a few, and it's a far cry from the strict set put up when Supernanny first arrived.
To tidy up your room.
It's bedtime, and tonight there'll be no DVDs. Supernanny's brought something with her that'll help put a stop to all the fighting over who has their story read first.
George and Nicole's sleepy story times, OK? So that we can get the record straight, when Nicole's face appears, it is her turn to have her story read. And when George's face appears, it is his turn to have his story read. Pull the levers so we can see. Who's that? And who's this?
Nicole. That's me.
Exactly. Should we replace it for where the... Do you remember the reward used to be here?
Look at this. That's fantastic. So if I'm tired and I forget, doesn't matter, does it? Because I can just look here. Brilliant idea, isn't it?
So it's George's go.
Some of the ponies' favourite.
So tonight there are no arguments. George gets to go first.
There they can run around and play with each other all day long. What fun. Night-night.
With George's story finished, it's Nicole's turn. She'll go first tomorrow night.
Grandma. Jenny.
And with the children in bed, it's time for Supernanny to leave the Douglas family for the last time.
Well, your children are a credit to you, the pair of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, and I'm very proud of you both, very, because, you know, for anybody that would ever turn around and say, oh, but it's hard, Joe, and find 1,000 excuses, you know, you really both stand as a catalyst for every family that don't think it's possible.
You came along and you showed us the right way that you thought was to do it, and thankfully it's worked.
Just keep doing what you're doing. And on that note, I'm going to give you a big hug.
Okay.
Thanks for coming.
You're welcome. Lovely to see you.
Take care of yourself.
Okay.
Lovely to see
Yeah,
you.
and you.
It really was. 2 years ago, I came to the Douglas' house and I was dealing with a family that had no boundaries or discipline, no praise, unsuccessful car journeys and bad sleep patterns. They worked hard, they knew what they wanted, and they changed that. And 2 years on, they are still doing that successfully. You know, I salute this family because they put the hard work in and they've got the results.